This is Patrick again from Patriot Homestead, and as you can see, this morning I went ahead and said that I need to finish the floor joist, and as you can see, I've got the floor joist done, which is not hard work. It's just longer when your generator doesn't work, so thus your chop saw doesn't work and your compressor for your nailer doesn't work. And so, okay, you adapt. But when you buy 4,000 nails that are on strips, those plastic little clips, you got to wedge them out, take each individually nail out, which takes like 4 or 5 seconds. Well, think about 1,000 nails. That's a lot of time. Then having a nail gun, just, you know, bam, 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 and you're done. Maybe you have to tap it in once in a while. You know how that happens. So, do you adapt? That's what I got to do, is adapt. I even thought about going, when I go to my next trip to get some OSB, there's a Harbor Freight Tools there to find if I can get maybe a $39 pancake compressor that should run on this generator. You know, do I need to? No, I don't need to, but it'd be nice to be able to use my nailer and be able to knock out these walls faster than I have to hammer everything in. Plus, it's probably a more solid joint where you nail too, because you're not putting a lot of pressure and banging and causing the nail not to be embedded really snug as you would with an air nailer. Because once you get the air nailer, it's stuck in there. It doesn't vibrate the wood, so it loosens up on the most part. So as you can see, I've got the 2x6 floor joist in. Remember, this is only a 16 by 16 foot cabin, shed, storage, whatever you want to call it, off-grid. I was going to do a 16 by 32, but finding out that the terrain here and the time that I have, I only had 3 weeks, less than 3 weeks really, to build something. Basically decided, it was a deciding factor that I needed to do a smaller. So even a 16 by 16 is pretty good. You look real close, it looks like that there's a 8 foot by 8 foot section here, one over there, one over here, one over here. You can see by the other beam that I have in the middle, which I wanted to support the floor as best I can. I don't think I need extra beams on the outside. I think it's just overkill. So the next step is to go down my little mini trailer and sort through the plywood and the OSB and hopefully get enough that there's the same thickness for the floor, and put the best plywood in the places where I want to put the sink or water. I'd rather put plywood there than OSB. I think I've got one piece of Vantech, which is waterproof and it's lifetime guarantee. I probably will, if I have it, I'm not sure. If I have it, that'll go underneath the shower. And because I'll be running the shower in there, and of course it has to drain through the floor. A sink is not going to be that bad. I'll put another good piece of plywood under that, just to prevent any kind of moisture buildup. Of course, right now you'll see that there's no insulation. I don't have the time and money right now to do the insulation, but it's tall enough that I can crawl under here, put some hardware cloth, put some insulation. I want to put some that silver foam, not foam, that plastic. It's that bubble wrap, silver bubble wrap that you can get at Home Depot. That you can go ahead and staple underneath the, put the fiberglass first, insulation, put that silver foam, not foam, bubble wrap, and then take some hardware cloth and staple underneath that. So this will give it an extra, a layer of, for the floor. It'll give it like R19, and then the bubble wrap, the silver bubble wrap, I swear I can't remember the name of it, but I'll figure it out later. And then put the hardware cloth, so it should be at least an R20, R22, R21, I'm guessing. But if you're going to build something, don't skimp on the floor without the insulation, because the air comes right through and up. Before I lay these plywoods down, I bought myself some, it's only 4.5 mil or 3.5 mil plastic. It's just a vapor barrier to prevent air from flowing, going up between the gaps. And because you're going to have gaps, you're going to have expansion and contraction of all the wood. You know that. And this will just give it a barrier to help prevent any airflow from going up until I get it insulated. So the next process, like I said, is get all the plywood and an OSB up here, put it in places where I think I need it for the floor, for the shower, and underneath the sink, and on the front door. And then, of course, lay everything else down. I hope I have the same thickness. I'm not sure. I'll find that out when I lay it out. And that'll designate whether I have to go buy a couple sheets of plywood or OSB to accommodate that thickness, so the whole floor is the same thickness. And then I got to get some OSB for the walls after I build them. I got to go into town and pick up my big window. I don't even know what the size is, so I can't even build a rough opening for that yet. I don't know if I can find myself, hopefully, a $10 door. I might be able to find one at the Restore. But today's Sunday, so we can't do it. So I have to do it tomorrow. And then once I get that done, then I can go ahead and build those walls for those windows or those openings, rough openings, and get that put up. So if I can, next couple of days, put the walls up, it'd be awesome. Because then I got to worry about making the gambrel roof. And right now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use 2x4s for the gambrel roof, just to support a temporary roof while I'm gone until I get back. And if I have to take those 2x4s down and build them with a better 2x6, or better with the 2x4s, I think the 2x6 would be better, but I don't know if I can afford that. If I do by 2x4s, then it'll be 16 inch on the center. If I do by 2x6s, then I can do 24 inch by center. I think that's all right now. So I guess the next video you should see hopefully the plywood or the flooring on, and go from there. And then also hopefully in the next one after that, see the walls go up with the rough openings for the door and 2 windows. Upstairs I want to put a couple windows, but right now I can't afford it. I don't really care if I need those right now. I can always add those later on. Cut the 2x4s out and install. Golly, that was good, huh? Let's go ahead and reinstall some 2x4s for accommodating the new window size. That's better in there. So hopefully next time also I'll have some better solar panels. I'm just not pleased with these. All right. Even though I got 4 of them, I really got to get a pole, a metal, maybe 3-inch pipe, and bury that down like 4 feet, and then go ahead and put a couple like muffler clamps with another pipe going across, and then use some unistrut to support the 4 panels, so I can pivot it and then twist it according to whatever I need for the sun. And once I can get them off the ground and that aim like that, you really get about 30% more power throughout the day. Not at one time. I mean, you can still get a little bit more power because you're aiming it. But 30% in a day is a lot. Because I used to have 2 100-watt panels I took in Arizona. And of course, in Arizona, you have great sun. I mean, you have awesome sun. And I didn't have any obstructions at all because there's no trees, maybe some cactus and some shrub trees, whatever, but not very many. And I went out to a scrap yard and I was looking around and I said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and pick up an old satellite dish, just a normal size oblong, DirecTV or Dish Network, and it had the clamp at the back and it had a post. And I don't know if I got the idea from the internet or whatever, but I said, I'm going to build a bracket that supports those 2 solar panels with some aluminum that I got from the scrapyard. And I stuck it in the ground and I turned it around and I pivoted it where it's supposed to be. And I was getting maybe like 800 watt hours a day. Good enough for what I was doing. Better than I'm doing here. I'm getting barely 200 here, and that's on a good day. And I went ahead and put the panels on the post, and I pivoted around throughout the day, and I was getting 1.1 kilowatt hours. So I got 300 watt hours more than I normally did. And the batteries are always topped off. Right now, they're just like struggling. They hate the cold weather. and they hate not having good sun to go ahead and charge up batteries 100%. So anyways, I'm rambling. Next video I'll pop out will be hopefully the OSB and the plywood laying on here, if not installed, and I'll explain what I'm doing. Anyways, this is Patrick, Patriot Homestead. God bless you, and have a great day. See ya.